The video was never supposed to come out. It was locked inside a police department in Ventura County, California. March 4th, 2026, a highway. A black BMW, swerving between lanes, and inside that car, one of the most famous women in the world. Yesterday, TMZ released the dashcam footage, and within hours, it became the most watched celebrity video in America. You can see her standing on the side of the road, confused, emotional, asking officers if they took her phone. You can hear her voice breaking, and then the handcuffs. Britney Spears, 44 years old, handcuffed on camera. For the second time in her life, America watched Britney fall. Before we talk about what happened on that highway, you need to understand who Britney Spears actually is. Not the tabloid version, not the meme, the real person. In 1999, she was 17 years old, and she broke every record that existed. Baby One More Time sold over 10 million copies in its first year. She didn't just become famous. She became the most famous teenager on the planet overnight. By 2003, she was the highest-paid female musician in the world. But fame, especially that kind of fame, has a cost. The cameras never stopped. The headlines never stopped. By 2007, the world watched her shave her own head in a salon in Tarzana, California. Photographers surrounded her, flashes going off. Nobody helping, just filming. In 2008, a conservatorship was placed over her life. Her father, Jamie Spears, was given legal control over her finances, her career, her entire existence. For 13 years, she could not make a single decision about her own life without someone else's approval. In 2021, the conservatorship ended. The world cheered, and Britney said she finally felt free. But freedom after 13 years of control is not a simple thing. The dashcam video dropped yesterday, and the internet split immediately, completely, into two camps. Camp 1, the people who are angry on X. Fans flooded social media with one message: give this girl some peace. She was doing so good. One commenter wrote on page 6, "This breaks my heart. TMZ should be ashamed for releasing this." Wrote another, "This is a person in crisis, not content." Thousands of fans argued that releasing the footage was cruel, that Britney deserved privacy, not a viral moment. Camp 2, the people who are worried. "I love Britney. That's why this is hard to watch," one comment read. "She needs real help. Not lawyers, not managers, real support." Multiple drivers who witnessed her swerving that night called 911. One told the dispatcher, and this is a direct quote from the dispatch audio, they were afraid her car was going to crash with somebody. That is not a fan being mean.
Actually, I was with a girlfriend, and we all went as a pack, like of 6 girls together, and we...
Both sides felt something real watching that video. That is the power of Britney Spears. Even now, even like this, within hours, the internet did what the internet always does. It turned pain into content. The Lasagna Moment went viral first. Standing on the side of the highway, handcuffs. Nearby, Britney looked at the officers and said,
I had a mimosa, a baby, champagne this morning. Okay. All right, with eggs and a Benedict and French toast.
Britney Lasagna was trending worldwide. Memes flooded every platform. Me offering snacks to avoid consequences.
Yes, I did. Actually, I was laying out. I had like 1 hour off.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, millions of views in under 12 hours. Then came the second moment that broke the internet. When officers asked her to rate her sobriety from 0 to 10, and then added, "I could probably drink 4 bottles of wine and take care of you. I'm an angel." The internet exploded. But here is what most people didn't screenshot after the jokes, after the memes. Britney's own Instagram post from March 27th, she posted a video with her son, Jaden, smiling. And she wrote, "Thank you guys for all your support. Spending time with family and friends is such a blessing. No explanation, no apology, just gratitude." Some fans called it tone deaf. Others said maybe it was the most honest thing she could say. The conversation didn't stay on social media. It moved to podcasts, to talk shows, to opinion columns, and the takes could not have been more different. Megyn Kelly, on her podcast called Britney a Hot Mess, she said the footage showed someone who had been mentally damaged by fame. Her exact words, "This is what happens when you become famous at 16. The damage is irreversible." Others went further. Legal analysts on multiple platforms raised the question nobody wanted to ask out loud: could this DUI lead to a new conservatorship? California law experts say no. A single DUI does not meet the legal threshold. But the fact that the question was even being asked tells you everything about how the world sees Britney Spears in 2026. Her lawyer, Michael Goldstein, released a statement after her May 4th plea deal. The DUI charge was reduced to a wet reckless, a lesser offense. He said, Britney has accepted responsibility for her conduct. She has taken significant steps to implement positive change. Her manager echoed that. He said Britney's sons were spending more time with her, that her family was rallying around her, that a plan was being put in place. Sources close to Britney told Page 6 she was incredibly emotional during the booking, that she felt ashamed and embarrassed. And then a detail that quietly broke a lot of people. Her mother, Lynn Spears, called her the moment she heard. The same mother Britney had publicly blamed for years of pain. The call, sources say, was positive and hopeful. Maybe underneath everything, the people who love her are still there. Here is what we know. March 4th, 2026. Britney Spears was pulled over on a California highway. She failed a sobriety test. She was handcuffed. She was booked. She was released 6 hours later. She accepted a plea deal. The DUI was reduced. She is not going to prison. But the dash cam video released yesterday showed the world something that no headline could capture. A woman who has been famous since she was a teenager, who lost 13 years of her life to a system that controlled her every decision, who fought to get her freedom back, and who is still in 2026, fighting something. We don't know what that something is. We don't pretend to. But here is the question that keeps coming back. How many times does the world get to watch Britney Spears fall before someone actually catches her? That is not a rhetorical question. That is the only question that matters. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know, are you angry at Britney, worried about her, or just exhausted watching this happen again? Every single comment, I read them. Subscribe to Star Gossips. Hit the bell, because this story, like every Britney Spears story, is not over yet. See you in the next one.